Welcome to the PlaySlotsForRealMoney.com podcast. I am Brian. I'm here with Alexander. So, what is going on with you in the past week as far as SEO and iGaming?
Well, as far as SEO goes, I've been actually working on getting some backlinks to the Canadian's website that I have, something that I kind of think slightly mentioned a couple of weeks ago, but didn't really have time to attend to that. Yeah, did some competitor backlink research and did some outreach to kind of the websites that I identified as kind of a desired places to get links from. Yeah, got some quotes from them, so it's just a matter of figuring out what sort of content do I want to put out, and ideally, since I've reached out to many places, and at the moment I'm planning to post on three of them, I also want to make sure that the articles are kind of interlinked between each other as well as linking to me. So it's going to be posting one, then a second one, which relates to the first one and to me, and then the third one relates to both of them. I found this to be a kind of the best kind of bang for the buck combo as far as results go. Of course, you can't really measure results directly. It's more of a correlation that you're trying to spot, but yeah, for me, in these kind of situations, the correlation is always there. So yeah, that's what I usually go for.
Good. Good. You mind if I ask how much you were paying ballpark?
Yeah, absolutely. I don't generally pay more than 150, unless it's totally worth it. In some cases, it is. Well, I think a couple of times I paid more when it was like everything was screaming that like you really need to get a link from here because like everyone has, and I see that the keywords that they posted there like have really good position, and everything suggests that this is the place that I need to be on in order to compete. Then yes, I pay more, but generally I don't really pay more than 150, 120 bucks per link.
That is, that's good. They go for a lot more in the States.
Yeah, and also, if you go through resellers, obviously the price skyrockets from that point. I don't really do I don't really buy links from third parties at all, really.
I try not to, but depending on my workload, sometimes I delegate it out. Um, I told you last week about my experiment with niche edit sites,
Yeah.
backlinks versus the PBN. So far, actually, I've seen some volatility and good volatility for the niche edit site. So the ones that I've just gotten very few backlinks, but high authority backlinks, have actually shown a very nice increase. It was a small amount of clicks, but I'd say about 100% gain.
Ooh, but that's decent. That's very decent.
I mean, I'm not talking about a lot of clicks, but it was good. I don't know if you saw much volatility this week.
Actually, looking back at it, if we're looking within a week, to be honest, not much volatility, let's say on the Canadian website, but if I look at the Nigerian one, then yes, there is some. So it's probably within 20% or so, which is probably more or less natural, I guess.
Yeah, it's nice to see the volatility when it's good.
Yeah, it is. It is.
So, what else has been going on with your SEO? Have you been doing any experiments like ChatGPT?
Not necessarily experiments. I've been spending some time less than I should and less than I wanted to on the kind of the odds comparison, like the odds comparison section and everything that goes out of it. But yeah, more things are in the pipeline. I'm actually seeing people interact with it, which is nice. I've put up like kind of little widgets on some of the popular pages of the website. So when people scroll, they see this odds comparison, and quite often they actually go to the main comparison page. So yeah, that's quite nice to see that people interact with that, which gives me some like positive reinforcement in that I want to like implement some of the other things that I mentioned earlier, which is like kind of the little arbitrage widget and
Yeah.
um, and maybe like the value bets because I've I've kind of I have like an idea to collaborate with a company that does how do you call it, predictions. I've worked with them with like from an SEO perspective, so I help them out with links, and then I have a proposal for them to like use their predictions and put them together with like odds comparisons, and then like spit out value bets.
That sounds interesting. Have
Yeah.
you
So,
has that converted into like first time depositors?
sorry.
Has any of the traffic converted to first time depositors yet?
It's difficult to know. Probably. I mean, I'm seeing some not so common patterns in like registrations and depositors, but it's very difficult to say because I don't use no special tracking links, so it's like the same link, and I can kind of see the clicks from which page they come, but ultimately you don't know which click converts on the other side, so I can only assume. But I did, as I mentioned, see some unusual patterns with some of the brands, and that might lead to suggest that there are that it has like a benefit for conversion. But right now, I'm mostly betting, well, no pun intended, on
Okay.
like improving SEO using those pages.
So have you done any email marketing like with pop-ups? We spoke about this a long time ago, but now that you have the widget up, are you converting them to a newsletter?
Not yet, but that's also an idea that I have. Probably I don't have enough mental bandwidth to explore it to the needed extent. But the idea is, let's say if I and once I have the like the arbitrage, whatever radar or how do you call it, configured, then I might put up something like an email, like a pop up for people to register, where they
Yeah.
can kind of track their bankroll in addition to the arbitrages, because that's really the only way you can make it work. If you just use the arbitrage like the arbitrage radar thing, then you'll probably end up losing unless you like implement some bankroll management, and that kind of requires some software. So that could be a service that people might want to register for, and kind of the way to like get people's information and get them to interact with whatever I have.
It's a good upsell. Yeah. Good way to convert. So besides the niche edit thing, I've just been working on the other site to recover it. Going to doing a lot of rewriting, and also like I've always said, the user experience I've really been working on. If you look at the site, you should see it's place lots for real money. That's the one that we're really focusing on the user experience for, and you should see some more functionality. That's very helpful.
What sort of functionality are you focusing on?
Just giving people more options to, like, for example, we have something on the bottom now when you scroll to one casino review that if you'd like this one, you may like the others.
Mm.
So it gives a bunch of buttons that you can go to just to see what other reviews you can go to. Um, it's got the menu with the sticky menu. Um, the whole layout has been changed, not completely changed, but just optimized really just to make it look a lot more professional, and I've been having decent results with that because that's the one that was penalized, and I
Mm.
was able to, with the disavow file, get it back up. Not anything crazy, but definitely not a penalty anymore. So a combination of the content and then the user experience, I've been really trying to hit it.
Yeah, that's an interesting point, like about the disavow file. Maybe like even for myself, mm, how do you how do you figure it out what you put in there?
That's a good question. I did not make the disavow file.
Okay,
I
okay.
had a third party do it. It was, I looked at how they looked at it, and they went through every single program, SEMrush, Moz, Ahrefs for every single link.
Hmm.
And it was an impressive, I have to say, disavow file, and it worked. I've tried before.
And did they like so did they put all the links in the disavow file, or did they just like did they somehow identify the kind of the key suspects and like put those in? Okay.
They did the key suspects. Yeah, this is the
Interesting.
first time I've seen it.
And you see that legitimately like have an effect,
This
right?
site had zero
Hmm.
impressions, and it went up. So after
Wow.
the December spam update, we saw it finally start ranking for keywords, and then it's gone up. Now it's kind of like plateaued, but we're working on getting the traffic back.
Okay. Well, that's really nice. I mean, you might as well want to give a shout out to the people who did that because I've dabbled in that for other people, and I found that to be very very problematic to identify things that you need to actually disavow versus the things that you might want to keep.
Yeah, because when you go and do just like disavow just by site, it's site wide. It just doesn't work, and it's
Hmm.
just, I mean, worthless. You could use the SEM Rush tool to disavow. I mean, that's just very easy. Takes 5 minutes. I've done that before, but actually getting something to work takes a lot of time. So, yeah, shout out to the third party. I'm not mentioning any names right now, but they did a good
Yeah.
job.
Yeah. So I mean, congratulations on that, obviously. So yeah, and about the user experience, we might not have an awful lot of time, but something also relevant to me right now. Are you using anything to track how people interact with the content?
Just Google Analytics.
Okay, just the Google Analytics. No, like, what's that thing? Like Hotjar. Yeah, have you ever used Hotjar? No?
Not yet. No. Even when it was when that site was soaring, I still didn't do it. I tried to do it just by Google Analytics.
Because yeah, I'm thinking about like maybe implementing Hotjar in some of the pages because well, just to see how people interact with it. Because last time I used it, I discovered some very interesting things that did not make sense to me, but seemingly made sense to a lot of people who visited the site.
Yeah. Yeah, once it starts to get going again, I may implement something like that because I've heard of that service and it's a good one.
Yeah, yeah, it's easy to use and like it gives you a heat map and it gives you recordings if you want those. Like I mean they're good and the heat map is also really nice because I've thanks to the heat map I've discovered sections of the pages where people click for no apparent reason over and over again. And
Oh,
then you just yeah, exactly. So like some images. Oftentimes these were images that I put there for like to go along with the content. You know, if I'm talking about the registration page, then it's a screenshot of the registration form filled out and like how you need to fill it out. And then like people click on that image and like that on the heat map, let's say that registration screenshot was like red all over and it had no link on it. So obviously then you put the link behind the image and then when people click on it they get hopefully where they want to get.